Hi everyone, Dan Ticktum here.
Where did the interest start for you?
Yeah, well, cars, always been cars. Ever since I was conscious and old enough to talk, everything's been about cars.
What was like the first thing of cars that you saw that made you go like...
Oh, I can't remember that thought, but I mean, I remember some model cars I had. I had a Beetle, a yellow Beetle that I used to go around with everywhere. I had a little Porsche thing. I've got them all in a lockup somewhere, all my old cars I used to play with. Just through my passion for cars, and my dad took me karting when I was 7. Went there like 4 or 5 times, turned out I was quite good. I broke their lap record, and then my dad was like, you know, we're not from a racing family or a family of huge wealth, so my dad asked the guy, you know, how do we start taking this a bit more seriously? And then I started racing in south of England, whole of England, karting in Europe, and then into cars. So yeah, I had some good success in karting and enjoyed a lot of it, and yeah.
You've moved into Formula E. Where did that all start?
Yeah, it's hard to sort of talk about this one without the politics of, you know, the super license and the FIA and all the stuff that happened to me a few years ago. It's a very easy thing for me to say, but I should have been in Formula One. Like, you know, I'm not going to lie. I think people know me now. I'm not a liar. If I wasn't good enough at something, I would always admit it as well. So for whatever reason that didn't work out, obviously with Red Bull, then with Williams, the team sold and American company bought it, kicked me out and put Sargent in. So you know, obviously I did some things along the way that didn't help myself too much, but I should have had a shot in Formula One. At that point, I was sort of thinking whether I want to carry on racing. I had a couple of offers in Formula E. Money helps, but also, you know, I wanted to keep racing really. But I was very on the fence, very 50-50 about whether I just go and do something else or. But I'm glad I did, and we're finally getting some good results now and a good team. So.
Do you feel like getting that almost rejection from F1? Do you feel like it almost knocked your joy for racing a little bit?
I completely sapped all the passion out of racing for me. I mean, to be honest, like when it gets really competitive, sort of F3 onwards, you don't have time to sort of enjoy any of it really, which is a shame. But you know, my passion for it went over the years, to be honest. Like it's racing itself is not sort of how it should be. It's not raw enough anymore in this society. It's far too much bullshit, I'm afraid, to be brutally honest. But you know, I have to say, this environment in Formula E, the team specifically, have, you know, allowed me to be me. So does the championship. You know, CEO Jeff is, you know, behind me, and it feels like a nice sort of home now, to be honest. And very glad I didn't pull the plug on my career a few years ago. So yeah.
So let's talk about your journey with this team, because it's been a bit of a journey for you. Like how's the Formula E story been?
Well, I mean, the first 3 years were painful. I mean, after the whole not getting to F1 stuff, I mean, I was in a pretty bad place mentally, if I'm honest, and I was sort of forcing myself to race in definitely the first year of Formula E. Second year, not so much. Third year, not so much. And, you know, it sort of got better with time. But, you know, the first year, you know, anything that would happen in a race, because of where my head was at, you know, and I had some issues with someone who I liked very much at the time, and that went on for a while, so that didn't help. But, you know, there's no excuses for some of the stuff I've said, obviously, but, you know, I'm a passionate person, and I was just very frustrated at the time in my life. So, yeah, and obviously the results weren't there, and it was just very difficult. But, you know, stuck at it, kept working with the team, and, you know, I actually, you know, sort of helped find the investment as well for the guys that bought the team at Kiro. It's been, you know, Forest Road. It's been a cool journey, and to be part of something that's, you know, starting to take off is cool.
So at what point did you realise you've actually got a car that's capable of getting some really good results?
As soon as we signed the Porsche deal, you know, yeah, okay, it's last year's powertrain, but it's, you know, it's still obviously very, very good. So yeah, that point, yeah.
You won in Jakarta.
Yeah.
How was that?
Very special. A lot of inner feeling of sort of proving people wrong, you know, without winning for a few years, because obviously, you know, been not a good car, people forget, and you know, you always see the comments, he was never good enough for Formula One, but you know, people are very, very stupid online. There's some intelligent people online, but it's like a needle in a haystack. Most of them are idiots. So yeah, I just don't know how you can comment on something that you have no knowledge about. So a lot of sort of inner feelings of proving people wrong. I was also immensely proud of the team, of what they've achieved this year. Known the guys for a few years now, and some very, very talented people there, and you know, we've all worked very well together and brought the team up to where it should be. So yeah. So
how did it feel in those moments when you were leading the race right before the end? Like, did you get more nervous?
No, I was actually a bit worried, because I thought I might have had an FCY, full course yellow light infringement. So that's probably why I wasn't as elated, and also the emotions of sort of to all the people that doubted. So there wasn't as much elation as probably people expected. And like, you know, this is going to sound arrogant, but I'm not surprised I'm winning races. You know, now I'm in a half decent car. You know, this is probably one of the strongest, if not the strongest, gridder drivers in the world. You know, I would say you've got maybe 1 or 2 superstars in F1 who would do well on this grid, but other than that, I think you could put most of these drivers in F1 and they'd be as good as a lot of them there. So yeah.
So how did you celebrate the win?
I didn't do anything. I got on a plane home.
Oh.
So yeah.
You didn't even have, you didn't treat yourself?
I had a few beers and I celebrated my brothers a little bit when I got home, went to the pub and had a million beers, so yeah.
Do you have any little souvenirs or anything?
No, nothing like that.
Nothing.
I got the trophy. No, but I'm not a very superstitious sort of person. I'm not, yeah.
Yeah, but it's nice. I feel like when I do something nice, I always treat myself. Like I'll buy myself something.
I think I'll wait till the end of the season. Obviously the win monetarily is quite good, a bit more bonus, so I'll probably end up buying a car of some description at the end of the year. So,
you pull up in the new Mobile.
Yeah, I'll pull up in something, yeah.
What have you learned from this year?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of little things. I wouldn't say there's one big thing that particularly stands out. I think, obviously, racing at the front of Formula E is a bit different. You know, the drivers are all very aggressive. It's a very aggressive, you know, championship. I wouldn't say I've particularly learned anything that stands out. There's lots of little things. A lot about the car, a lot about how the team and Porsche operate, and you know, but in terms of like me as a character, honestly, I've been the same as I have been really for the last 3 years, minus the frustration.
Yeah.
You know, but like I think I've obviously got more media attention, not just for viral clips of radio stuff. I'm actually getting results, so you know, people are sort of seeing.
Feels like people want to see you.
Yeah, they're seeing me, and you know, I think it's been a good thing. I think people don't think you know, there's obviously been a vast hate train over the years, and I think starting to prove to people that I'm not as much of an arsehole as they think I am. So, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's brilliant. And what can we expect from Dan Ticktum in the future?
Well, I'm very likely going to be here next year, so I will be in Formula E. I'm working on some other stuff outside of Formula E, working on like a Top Gear type show, which I'm filming a pilot for in November. You know, the passion has definitely come back for racing a little bit, and I would like to do more winning.
Good.
So, you know, wherever that takes me, you know, strong team here, but for Gen 4, you need a works package like the up-to-date one. And then we'll see. Yeah, it'd be good to win Formula E.
You've done some bits with Mr. Beast as well.
Yeah.
How did that come about?
Very surreal. That was mainly down to John, honestly. You know, not Formula E. That was John who sort of sorted all that out. He's been pestering them for a couple of years.
Yeah.
And they finally agreed, and you know, that was a pretty surreal moment to work with someone, you know, where 1 in 18 people in the world watch his content, so it's quite an amazing statistic. Yeah, he's an incredibly intelligent guy, actually. Like, a lot of people, you know, watch his content and think, you know, he's a puppet, or he's the one, you know, behind a lot of that stuff, and he's a very intelligent guy, so it's cool to work with him. Yeah,
fantastic. So finally, we're going to do some quick fire questions because the fans love this.
Go ahead.
What is your favourite dessert food?
Like cheesecake or banoffee pie.
Pre-race ritual?
None. Maybe an espresso most of the time.
You just get in the car, you're like, whatever.
Yeah, I don't have any. No superstition.
So you stream a lot, which is wonderful. I'm a gamer as well.
Great.
If you could live in any video game as like an NPC, which one would you want to live in?
Well, it wouldn't be any of the COD ones, because it's just all about killing people.
Exactly.
So
it wouldn't be a happy life.
Nice, no.
So for me, have you ever played like Wii Sports Resort?
Yeah,
you know,
actually, that's
island?
A good shout. Yeah, the one with the volcano.
Yeah, that was like go cycling around.
Yeah,
like
actually, that's not a bad shout. And you don't have to do killing, because all the games I play involve killing. So
I know. I was writing that question. I
was thinking, what's the best COD? I mean, World at War was good, but I don't particularly feel like flamethrowing people to death. So
final answer.
Wii Sports was a good shout. It really is.
Yeah.
Just trying to think off the top of my head. I'd need a list. I'd have to really think about it. Wii Sports Resort's a good shout.
Cool. There we go.
Cool.
Thank you very much.